Welcome to Martini Time. Here we are on a beautiful day in Blackstone, the center of the world, but then you too are at the center of the world. And let's evoke our prayer. May we be awake and aware and welcoming this talk as a guide to your inner child. That's what we're going to talk about. You see my teddy bear? Oh, see my teddy here? My teddy bear is 78 years old. My mother saved it. Thank you, Mom. And last night, last evening, we talked about the self-loathing of the white culture. And I got a lot of comments on that, a lot of views. I think 168 people have tuned in. A lot of discussion, a lot of confusion, a lot of offense. What? You mean, what? Are you talking to me? You know, I don't have any self-loathing. I loathe that. So I love loathing because it's, I think, who was that writer? Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, Thompson. Self-loathing is the most popular disease in America right now. Everybody loathes something, but there's only one loathing, and that's self-loathing. But we don't see it. We're not aware that I'm loathing myself. So I project it out and loathe something else. Say, I loathe that. I loathe you. I loathe your opinion. It's projected self-loathing. You know, why do we do that? Well, I've come up with some answers in my own life. And what I'm working with right now is that we are separated from our inner child. And this has come out in the recent border crisis and the Time magazine picture of Trump looking down at a little crying child. We are separated from our inner child. Now, what is the inner child? Well, it's not really myself as a little child. It's an inner child that I would say is innocent. It is joyous. It is non-judgmental. Children don't judge. And it is playful. And playful is creative. When you're playing, you're creating something out of nothing. So the inner child is our lost innocence, is our paradise lost. And it's buried way down there in the landfill of adulthood. See, we all have a child, and then the bulldozer of society comes in and starts pushing all of the adult garbage on top. So it's buried way down there. We've lost contact with it. And the reason is that if you ever try to talk to a child, they don't understand your language because they don't have language yet. The inner child doesn't have the adult language, so you can't talk to a little child like you talk to an adult. You have to play with them. You have to hold them. You have to make them feel. You see, you can't rationalize with them because they don't have the language yet. A basic language, perhaps, but they don't have, you know what I mean. So the adult is trapped in our adult mind is trapped in our language. And we think, everybody can understand me, you see. But our inner child can't. So there is a big gap between my thinking self, my adult persona, my adult personality with all of my history, my landfill, so to speak. That's what a landfill is. It's history. You can find the whole history of a civilization in the landfill. So we all have this landfill of memory, this storehouse of memory, through which we filter the world as it comes to us. We don't see the world as a child sees it, as maybe Mark Twain sees it. We see it from the view of our landfill. So our inner child is crying like the little child on the Time magazine photo, like the little children. So they had this audio tape of the little children crying, and that seems to have been a turning point. I can't take it anymore. Enough is enough. I can't take it anymore. We can't take this putting our inner child in a cage and deporting it, or putting it and making it cry. So how do we get back in touch with our inner child since it doesn't understand language? Well, in the Avatar and in Zorba the Greek, my great movie guru, Zorba said, "A man needs a little madness or else he can never cut the rope." And Avatar, Jake Sully, cut the rope by jumping onto the last shadow. He said it was an insane act. So you need a little madness. You need a little play. So play can get you back in touch with your inner child. So, excuse me. So here's my teddy. Now this would be something, this is, and I learned this from India. So if I wanted to get in touch with my inner child, and I wanted to do something rather than just think about it, because thinking won't get you in touch with it. A child doesn't understand thinking. You have to do something physical. Children understand something physical. So I would get a teddy bear. If I really wanted to get in touch with my inner child that's crying inside, that's making me loathe myself for putting my child in the basement and turning my ear so I don't hear it. Or if I do hear it, I go down and beat him. Or you want something to cry about? I'll give you something to cry about. People do that. So get a teddy bear. And invite your inner child up. Get some pictures of your child, of yourself as a child. Put it next to this teddy bear. Put some flowers there. Burn some incense. Sing a childhood song. Get a childhood book you read. Get something from your childhood. Put it with this teddy. And invite your inner child to come up and invest itself magically in the teddy bear. And then take the teddy bear and hold it, you see. And take the teddy bear, once you have magically invested your inner child in it, then the teddy bear becomes a metaphor, becomes a bridge between your adult mind and the inner child of the heart. So you got to connect a bridge between the mind and the heart, which is where the inner child lives. The inner child lives in a castle in the heart. And there's no moat. There's a moat between the mind and the heart. The mind thinks, the heart feels. So you got to create a bridge over the moat. You got to drop the drawbridge down. You need a metaphor. So that's what I'm describing here, the way you create a metaphor for your particular situation. So you invest this teddy bear. Now this is my real teddy bear. Now maybe you don't have your real teddy bear. Go get a teddy bear. Go get one. And then invest it magically with your inner child. So then that it becomes the metaphorical bridge. So when you feel loathing, when you feel somebody hurt you, When you feel you're attacked, you're a victim. When you feel you're being punished. When you feel the world is spanking you. Get your teddy bear. Hold your teddy bear. And say it's okay. You're okay. Love your teddy bear. Love your inner child. And tell it it's okay, that you're loved. Tell it that I love you. Unconditionally. I love you. You can't be bad. You're okay. Unconditionally. Love yourself unconditionally. That cannot be done by thinking, because thinking is conditional. Thinking conditions everything. It's this and not that. It's good or bad, you see. Unconditional means good, bad. The inner child is good, bad. If the child poops in its pants, oh, that's cute. You don't beat the child. That's what children do, you see. If it spills its food, you don't beat the child. You laugh and make a game out of it, you see. Because babies and children bring out our inner child. But you need to create a ritual, a metaphor, that works. So when you feel punished and you feel this loathing, recognize it as the crying of your inner child. And withdraw the projection you throw on other people. Because what you're doing there is making them responsible for the pain your inner child is feeling. You're doing it. Makes you the victim. So play with this. Get crazy. Try it. You may like it. Thanks for dropping in.